Did you know that over 40% of Americans are at risk of running out of money in retirement? That's nearly half of us potentially facing financial stress in our golden years. But it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, we're going to discuss the 9 most common mistakes people make when planning for retirement. We'll cover everything from the timing of your planning to how you manage your investments and even some surprises about healthcare costs. And we're not just pointing out problems, we're offering real, actionable steps that you can start implementing today. So grab a coffee and let's set you up for a retirement that's not just comfortable, but downright amazing. Let's dive in. The first one on our list is not starting early enough. It's easy to put off saving for retirement, especially when it feels so far away. But here's the thing. Time is your greatest ally when it comes to building your savings. Think of compound interest as a snowball rolling down a hill. The earlier you start, the more time that snowball has to grow and pick up speed. Even small contributions can grow significantly over decades. For example, if you start investing $200 a month at age 25, you could have over $500,000 by age 65, assuming a 7% annual return. But if you wait until 35 to start, you'd have less than half that amount. Delaying your retirement savings can have serious consequences. You might need to save much more aggressively later in life, potentially sacrificing other financial goals. Or you could find yourself working longer than you'd like, just to catch up. But don't worry if you feel like you're behind. The best time to start saving is right now. Even small steps can make a big difference. Consider setting aside just 1% of your income to start. It might not seem like much, but it's a solid foundation to build upon. One of the most effective ways to ensure consistent savings is to automate the process. Set up automatic transfers from your paycheck to your retirement account. This way, you're paying your future self first before you have a chance to spend that money elsewhere. Starting early with retirement savings isn't about depriving yourself now. It's about giving your future self more options and freedom. Every dollar you save today is a gift to your future self. So why not start giving that gift right away? Mistake number 2 is underestimating how much money you'll actually need. It's easy to imagine retirement as a time of relaxation and reduced expenses, but the reality can be quite different. Many people assume their expenses will decrease dramatically in retirement. While it's true that some costs might go down, like commuting or work-related expenses, other costs often rise. You might find yourself traveling more, pursuing new hobbies, or eating out more frequently. These lifestyle changes can significantly impact your budget. There are also some hidden costs that catch many retirees off guard. Healthcare expenses, for example, can be substantial. Medicare doesn't cover everything, and out-of-pocket costs can add up quickly. Long-term care is another potential expense that's often overlooked. According to recent estimates, about 70% of retirees will need some form of long-term care in their lifetime. Inflation is another factor that's easy to underestimate. Even a modest 2% annual inflation rate can significantly erode your purchasing power over a 20 or 30-year retirement. What seems like a comfortable nest egg today might not stretch as far as you think in the future. To avoid this mistake, it's important to create a detailed retirement budget. Start by listing all your current expenses, then consider how they might change in retirement. Don't forget to factor in occasional big-ticket items like home repairs or new vehicles. Once you have a budget, it's not something you can just set and forget. Life circumstances change, and so do economic conditions. Make it a habit to review and adjust your retirement budget regularly. This could be annually or whenever you experience a significant life event. Let's talk about a common misconception in retirement planning: the idea that Social Security will be enough to cover all your expenses. While Social Security is an important part of retirement income for many Americans, it's not designed to be your sole source of funds. Social Security was created to supplement retirement income, not replace it entirely. On average, Social Security benefits only replace about 40% of pre-retirement income. For most people, that's simply not enough to maintain their desired lifestyle in retirement. It's also important to consider the future of Social Security. The program faces some challenges as our population ages and fewer workers are supporting more retirees. While it's unlikely that Social Security will disappear completely, there may be changes to the program in the coming years. These could include reduced benefits, increased retirement age, or changes to how benefits are calculated. Given these factors, it's wise to think of Social Security as just one piece of your retirement income puzzle. Diversifying your income streams can help create a more stable and comfortable retirement. Consider other sources of retirement income. If you have access to a pension through your employer, that's great, but don't stop there. Personal savings and investments can play a huge role in your financial security. This might include 401(k)s, IRA, or other retirement accounts. You might also explore additional income streams for retirement. Some retirees choose to work part-time, start a small business, or monetize a hobby. Others look into rental income from real estate investments. The goal is to create multiple streams of income that can work together to support your retirement lifestyle. This approach not only provides more financial stability, but also gives you more flexibility in retirement. Now, let's dive into a mistake that can significantly impact your retirement savings. Not investing appropriately. It's a delicate balance. You don't want to be too conservative and miss out on potential growth, but you also don't want to be so aggressive that you put your nest egg at risk. Being too conservative with your investments, especially when you're young, can mean missing out on substantial growth opportunities. While it might feel safer to keep everything in low-risk, low-return investments, you're actually exposing yourself to a different kind of risk. The risk of not having enough money in retirement due to inflation eroding your purchasing power. On the flip side, being too aggressive, particularly as you near retirement, can leave you vulnerable to market downturns. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where a market crash significantly reduces your retirement savings just as you're about to stop working. The solution? Age-appropriate investing. This means adjusting your asset allocation, the mix of stocks, bonds, and other investments in your portfolio, as you move through different stages of life. When you're younger and have more time to recover from market fluctuations, you can generally afford to take on more risk for potentially higher returns. As you get closer to retirement, it often makes sense to gradually shift towards a more conservative mix to protect your accumulated wealth. However, this doesn't mean you should completely abandon growth investments as you age. Even in retirement, you'll likely need some growth to keep pace with inflation and ensure your money lasts. Investing appropriately for retirement isn't always straightforward, and it's okay to seek help. A financial advisor can be invaluable in creating a personalized investment strategy that aligns with your goals, risk tolerance, and timeline. They can help you understand complex investment concepts, choose appropriate investments, and adjust your strategy as your circumstances change. The right investment approach can make a huge difference in your retirement readiness. It's not about chasing the highest returns or avoiding all risk. It's about finding the right balance for your unique situation. With thoughtful planning and perhaps some professional guidance, you can create an investment strategy that helps you work towards the retirement you envision. Mistake number 5. Let's talk about a retirement planning mistake that can catch many people off guard: ignoring healthcare costs. It's easy to overlook this aspect when you're focused on saving for your dream retirement, but healthcare expenses can take a significant bite out of your retirement budget if you're not prepared. The cost of healthcare in retirement is often higher than many people expect, and it's been rising faster than general inflation. According to recent estimates, Nbonti, a 65-year-old couple retiring today, might need around $300,000 saved just for healthcare expenses throughout their retirement. That's a substantial amount, and it's likely to increase for future retirees. There's a common misconception that Medicare will cover all your healthcare needs in retirement. While Medicare is a valuable program, it doesn't cover everything. For instance, Medicare doesn't typically cover long-term care, most dental care, eye exams related to prescribing glasses or hearing aids. There are also deductibles, co-payments, and premiums to consider. So how can you prepare for these costs? One effective strategy is to use a health savings account, or HSA, if you're eligible. HSAs offer triple tax benefits. Contributions are tax deductible, the money grows tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free. If you're able to pay for current medical expenses out of pocket and let your HSA grow, it can become a powerful tool for covering healthcare costs in retirement. Another option to consider is supplemental insurance. Medicare supplement insurance, also known as Medigap, can help cover some of the out-of-pocket costs not covered by original Medicare. Long-term care insurance is another type of coverage to think about, as it can help protect your assets if you need extended care in a nursing home or similar facility. Mistake number 6 often flies under the radar as well: failing to account for taxes. It's easy to focus on the total amount you're saving, but not all retirement dollars are created equal when it comes to taxes. Different types of retirement accounts have different tax implications. Traditional IRA and 401k offer tax deductions on contributions, but you'll pay taxes on the withdrawals in retirement. On the other hand, Roth IRA and Roth 401k don't give you an upfront tax break, but your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. It's not just about how much you save, but also about how those savings will be taxed when you need them. Understanding these differences can help you create a more tax-efficient retirement strategy. For example, having a mix of both traditional and Roth accounts gives you more flexibility in managing your tax burden in retirement. You can strategically withdraw from different accounts to control your taxable income each year. Another consideration is that your tax bracket in retirement might be different from what it is now. If you expect to be in a higher tax bracket in retirement, Roth contributions might be more advantageous. If you think you'll be in a lower bracket, traditional accounts could be the way to go. It's also worth noting that required minimum distributions come into play with traditional accounts once you reach age 72. These mandatory withdrawals can push you into a higher tax bracket if not planned for properly. While these strategies can seem complex, you don't have to figure it all out on your own. A tax professional or financial advisor who specializes in retirement planning can be incredibly valuable. They can help you understand the tax implications of your retirement savings strategy and suggest ways to minimize your tax burden both now and in retirement. Planning for taxes in retirement isn't about finding loopholes or avoiding your obligations. It's about being smart with your money and ensuring that you're not caught off guard by unexpected tax bills in retirement. Now, number 7 on our list. Let's talk about a mistake that can seriously derail your retirement plans: withdrawing funds from your retirement accounts too early. It's tempting to dip into these savings when you're facing financial challenges, but the consequences can be significant. When you withdraw money from retirement accounts like 401k or IRA before age 59, you're typically hit with a 10% early withdrawal penalty. That's on top of the income taxes you'll owe on the withdrawal. So if you're in the 22% tax bracket and you withdraw $10,000 early, you could end up with only $6,800 after taxes and penalties. That's a hefty price to pay. But the cost isn't just in penalties and taxes. You're also losing out on the potential growth of that money. Let's say you withdraw $10,000 at age 40. If that money had stayed invested and grown at an average rate of 7% per year, it could have turned into over $54,000 by the time you reach age 65. That's a significant amount of retirement income you're giving up. To avoid this situation, it's crucial to have a separate emergency fund. Aim to save 6 months of living expenses in an easily accessible savings account. This fund can serve as a buffer, helping you weather financial storms without touching your retirement savings. If you find yourself in a financial bind and your emergency fund isn't enough, explore other options before tapping into your retirement accounts. You might consider a personal loan, a home equity line of credit if you're a homeowner, or even asking family for help. While these options aren't ideal, they're often better than the long-term impact of an early retirement withdrawal. If you absolutely must withdraw from your retirement accounts, look into whether you qualify for any penalty-free withdrawals. For instance, first-time homebuyers can withdraw up to $10,000 from an IRA without penalty, and some 401k plans allow hardship withdrawals for specific circumstances. Number 8. Let's talk about a silent threat to your retirement savings: inflation. It's easy to overlook because it's not as visible as market fluctuations or unexpected expenses, but inflation can significantly impact your retirement plans. Inflation is the gradual increase in prices over time, which means the purchasing power of your money decreases. For example, if inflation averages 3% per year, what costs $100 today will cost about $181 in 20 years. This means that if your retirement savings don't grow at least as fast as inflation, you'll effectively be losing money. To put this into perspective, let's say you've saved $500,000 for retirement. Sounds like a lot, right? But with 3% annual inflation, that $500,000 will only have the purchasing power of about $276,000 in 20 years. That's a significant reduction in your retirement lifestyle. And so how can you protect your retirement savings from inflation? One strategy is to invest in assets that have historically outpaced inflation. Stocks, for instance, have typically provided returns above the inflation rate over the long term. Real estate investment trusts, REITs, and Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS, are other options that can help hedge against inflation. Diversifying your investments across different asset classes can also help. This approach allows you to balance growth potential with stability, giving your portfolio a better chance of keeping up with or exceeding inflation. It's also important to adjust your retirement savings goals to account for inflation. Instead of aiming for a fixed dollar amount, consider setting a goal based on the lifestyle you want in retirement. Then use an inflation calculator to estimate how much you'll need to save to maintain that lifestyle, factoring in expected inflation rates. Regular reviews of your retirement plan are essential. As you get closer to retirement, reassess your savings and investment strategy to ensure you're on track to meet your inflation-adjusted goals. Finally, now is the last one we're discussing today, and it's a big one: not having a retirement plan at all. It might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people approach retirement without a clear strategy. Having a retirement plan isn't just about saving money. It's about creating a roadmap for your future. Without a plan, you're essentially hoping everything will work out, rather than taking control of your financial destiny. A good retirement plan starts with setting clear, achievable goals. What kind of lifestyle do you want in retirement? Where do you want to live? What activities do you want to pursue? These questions help you visualize your retirement and determine how much you'll need to save to make it a reality. And once you have your goals, it's time to look at the components of your plan. Start with your income sources. This could include Social Security, pensions, retirement account withdrawals, and any other income streams you expect to have. Then estimate your expenses. Consider both your basic living costs and the discretionary spending that will allow you to enjoy your retirement. Your plan should also include a timeline. When do you want to retire? How long do you expect your retirement to last? This helps you determine how much time you have to save and how long your savings need to last. Don't forget to plan for contingencies. Life rarely goes exactly as we expect, so build some flexibility into your plan. This might include having extra savings for unexpected healthcare costs, or considering how you'd adjust your plan if you needed to retire earlier than expected. A retirement plan isn't a set-it-and-forget-it document. It's a living strategy that should evolve as your life changes. Aim to review your plan at least once a year. Have your goals changed? Has your financial situation shifted? Are you on track with your savings? Regular check-ins allow you to make adjustments and ensure you're still moving in the right direction. Creating a retirement plan might seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. Start with small steps. Even a basic plan is better than no plan at all. And if you find it overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek help from a financial advisor. They can provide valuable guidance and help you create a plan tailored to your specific needs and goals. And there you have it, the 9 common mistakes people often make when planning for retirement. We've covered a lot of ground today, from starting too late to overlooking inflation. But here's the good news. Now that you're aware of these pitfalls, you're already ahead of the game. Remember, retirement planning isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every step you take towards securing your future is a step in the right direction. Whether you're just starting out or you're well on your way, there's always room to improve and optimize your retirement strategy. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more retirement planning tips and insights. And don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might benefit from this knowledge.